Hi and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been so long since I uploaded a video and even longer since I actually done like regular videos, but I figured it was time to update you guys on my life, kind of what happened during all this pandemic thing. And yeah, so if you want to know what's happening and why I transferred and you know, that kind of stuff, keep on watching and enjoy my video. So first, if you don't know me yet, I'm Zsuzsanna. I'm an international student from Switzerland, and I first got about studying in the US when I went to study in high school. So I did an exchange year when I was 17 and I was in the US for like a year. I went to high school and all that stuff and I really enjoyed it. So when I came back, I finished my diploma online. I didn't want to go back to school again and do everything in Germany. And then I figured I would just go to college. I was like, let's go learn some stuff. My dream was always to have my own business and to just travel and have like a business that I can travel with, basically. And you know, you don't really need a degree for that these days. Like, you can just learn from wherever you want to learn. But I figured I would just find a university that has the degree that actually teaches that, kind of how to start your own business, which is entrepreneurship. And yeah, I figured I would make some new connections. I could move abroad again, you know, that kind of thing. So I found High Point University, which is a private university in North Carolina in the US, and I really liked it. The only like negative about it was that it was super expensive. Like, even a public university in the US is super expensive compared to Europe, and then it was private. But I just really liked it and I went to visit it even, and it was really cool. And I was like, okay, let's try it, let's give it a shot. So I started in January 2020 and I got a scholarship for it. It's not like a major scholarship, but I did get a scholarship, like a partial one. And then my parents supported me with it, and my goal was to like grow my business on the side of it to then pay for my college, like tuition, basically. Yeah, so my first semester was amazing. It was really cool. I met some really cool people and I really enjoyed being there. Obviously studying in like your first 2 semesters in the US is very basic. You don't really learn much about your major or degree. It's just like general education, which sucks, you know, like you don't go to university just like learn maths and chemistry, but whatever, it was still fun. But then March happened, so that was my first semester, and then March happened and we're on spring break with my friends and stuff, and it was like extended spring break, so we're like, okay, cool. But then we all got sent home and we were kind of stuck at High Point first, because I mean, I couldn't go home. I was not allowed home. My parents moved to Hungary, which is not where I lived before. I don't have a Hungarian passport. They have residency cards, but they're not citizens either, so I could not go home. Like, you know, I couldn't go home. My friends started to like gradually leave, so at the end it's just me and my friend Maria from Spain. And yeah, then finally I got to go home to Switzerland. I was by myself, but I had a place to stay, so that was good. And then I was home for a bit. Home, you know. High Point went back to in-person classes, and I was like, okay, let's go back, because, you know, I studied there. I can just like leave, you know, I can't just like quit. But at that time I was already in a relationship with my boyfriend, who was an exchange student at the time when I was at High Point. So we met at High Point. We were like friends, you know, and then it just happened. So we were in a relationship then, and he is from Scotland, so obviously that was going to be a really, really hard situation, but I knew that, and I was like, okay, let's just give it a shot. So going back in August to High Point was super, super hard. It was like the toughest 4 months that I, like, probably like the hardest 4 months in my life. Like, not even just because it was like a long distance relationship. Everything was restricted. Clubs could not meet at first. It was like, you know, distancing, masks, obviously, not that it bothered me at all. It was just limiting to how you could meet people and all that. So I was super lonely majority of the time. I did meet some really cool people though. I became the president of the GSA, which is like the Global Student Association, so it was really fun. I was involved in the Eco Club, I was involved in entrepreneurship. I pitched my business idea to judges and stuff. That was a really cool experience. I did have like a good time. It was super hard, and like mentally it was just super draining. And you know, it was just like a combination of like the pandemic, what that caused, my relationship, and then obviously also the cost of the uni of the High Point. It was just crazy, you know. And because of the pandemic and stuff, like my parents couldn't grow their business as they planned. I couldn't grow my business as I planned. So it was just, when I came back in December, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I thought I was going to go back because everything works out in the end for me. Like I'm always just like laid back with that kind of stuff, because I know that the universe just does whatever has to happen, you know. So I kind of believe in that. This case was different, okay? I mean, it did figure itself out, but like in a different way. So I left all my stuff at High Point because I was just like, I'm not paying $300 to take back 3 suitcases. And I was also going back to my boyfriend's first for my birthday and all that. So I wasn't going straight home. So I was like, okay, let's just leave my stuff here. I just left in the room, and then I came home for Christmas and all that. At that time, it was just like such an unknown what was gonna happen, because you know, I expected to go back. I didn't really want to go back because I was just so tired of like, you know, long distance stuff and doing that. It's just so hard. And also I don't know, it was just challenging at that time. So I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, and my parents were just like, we just can't support you anymore. And I was just like kind of shook, but also I kind of knew it already. Like, it is a high price, and even with my scholarship, even with myself putting in everything I could, it was just too much. And obviously because of the pandemic, everyone's like business, or like everyone's like job is affected, so that makes a lot of sense. But you know, that was really hard because I didn't really say goodbye to my like to High Point and stuff, so I couldn't really like finish with the situation as such. My stuff is still over there. The people who worked there were nice enough to pack up my things and put it in the storage unit for me that I'm paying for monthly now. And I expected to go back in May to like go to graduation of my friends and of some of my friends and get my stuff, but that wasn't happening because the US was still closed. I'm hoping to go back in October now to get my things, but that is unsure now too. So we'll see when I'm gonna get my things back. But basically, it was just this drastic decision of not going back, and you know, not being able to kind of finish up with the chapter like mentally or like emotionally, I guess. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. Take care of that what you want. If you are going to High Point to study, I wish you an amazing time. It is a really, really cool place to study. I really enjoyed it. It was just the price point that was just ridiculous in my opinion. And then, you know, the administration is a little questionable because they are building things that are really unnecessary, such as a 3rd library when people don't even use the other 2. Instead of, you know, building more accommodation, because people are literally there without accommodation because they're admitting too many students. So High Point does have its flaws and it's not just a couple, but it's a cool university. Education is good in the sense of if you have like a degree or a major you want to study and you take classes, it's like really good support, you learn a lot. It's a really cool like environment to like grow in and meet a lot of people. They have a lot of clubs and stuff. So if you are going, don't take this as like you shouldn't go or anything. For me, it was just personally, I kind of just grew out of it. Like at first I was like, yes, United States, you know, I really enjoyed being there and stuff, but like after just a while I just realized how Europe to me is just, I mean, I don't want to say like better, but like for me just more convenient, I guess, and it just makes more sense, especially with my relationship, and I'm not saying that I'm like changing my life for my relationship. You should never do that, but sometimes it's important to like listen to like your mental health a little bit too, and just listen to what you want, because it's okay to change the path that you plan on going, because a lot of times the things you plan for are just not how it's supposed to work out. That's just what I experienced. So it's okay, and just let it happen. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't go there. This is just my personal choice, and it wasn't even my personal choice. It was mostly like, I didn't want to take a loan out just for university. That was never my plan, and I don't want to get there. That's like something really bad has to happen for me to do that, and even then I would just not go to university, because it's not the singular path to success at all. So, you know, just decide what you feel like is best for you. Like I said, personally, it was just the cost, the circumstances, and also just me as a person just kind of like growing kind of out of wanting to be there, which is like I figured out it's okay, and that doesn't mean that I'm changing my goals. I still want to grow a business. I still want to travel the world with it. I still want to, you know, have my own business and all that. I still want to learn it. So I am going to university. I am not telling you where, because that's going to be a separate video. And in the video I'm also going to like announce some changes to my channel that I want to make and stuff like that, because I do want to start making videos again. Yeah, so be on the lookout for that video. Yeah, so since December I've been like kind of going back and forth between Scotland and Switzerland, also kind of traveling. When I went to Portugal with my boyfriend recently, so we're just like trying to like get back to traveling like safely, but still doing what we like to do. And I've been doing online classes. I done a year of like level 1 university on UK level in 4 months. So I was studying super hard in January, like January through April. I was hustling through there, but I got my certificate basically. I can just start university in the middle, and I don't have to start over, because I am going abroad again. It's not the US, and it's obviously not Switzerland, because I just said I'm going abroad again. So be on the lookout for the video where I reveal where I'm going. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know. So if you want to know now, and just like go on my Instagram, which is @myclubjournal. Yes, that was it with this little video. I'm sorry it got quite long, but I just wanted to give you guys a little update what happened and why I decided, or why it happened that I'm transferring. Yeah, that was my story. Like I said, if you still want to go to High Point, I totally encourage you to do so. Just be responsible and don't take out like a 200K loan, because that's super easily done, but you know, not that easily reversed. So just be smart with your choices. And with that being said, I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope you check back soon for some future videos. So hit the bell icon and hit subscribe if you want to learn more, or like if you want to see more of me. And yeah, hope you have a great day. Bye.